Hello everyone, this is grade 4, module 7, lesson 14 homework. The directions state, use RDW to solve the following problems, meaning I have to read, draw, and then write. So what I'll do for number 1 says, Molly baked a pie for 1 hour and 45 minutes. Then she baked banana bread for 35 minutes less than the pie. How many minutes did it take to bake the pie and the bread? So I know the pie is 1 hour and 45 minutes. And I'm going to do a diagram to show that. 1 hour, 45 minutes. And I know the banana bread is 35 minutes less. So I'm going to draw a tape that's less, and I'm going to put 35 minutes right there. So the way I'm going to figure that out is I'm going to take 35 minutes from the pie, which is 1 hour and 45 minutes. I'm going to subtract 35 minutes. And luckily here, I know that I can take 35 from 45. That's going to get me 10 minutes. And again, I'm doing my minutes here, just subtracting from the minutes because I can, and I'll leave the 1 hour on there. And what I mean by because I can, it's because my 45 is larger than the 35 I'm taking away. If that weren't the case, we'd have to borrow. But we're not getting into that right now. So 1 hour and 10 minutes. That's how long it took to bake the banana bread. So now what I have to do is I need to find how many minutes it took to bake the pie and the banana bread. So I have 1 hour and 45 minutes plus 1 hour and 10 minutes. And what I like to do here is I like to add common units, meaning I'll add the minutes to the minutes. So 45 plus 10 is 55 minutes. And then I'm going to add the hours together. 1 plus 1 is 2. And I know if I hit 60 minutes or higher, I have to carry over a 1 hour because there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. But since I'm not, there's my time. 2 hours and 55 minutes. So I'm going to use an answer statement now. And there it is right there on the screen. It took 2 hours and 55 minutes to bake the pie and bread. Let's take a quick look at 2 to get set up. A slide on the playground is 12.5 feet long. It is 3 feet 7 inches longer than the small slide. How long is the small slide? So the first thing I need to do, I know that I'm finding the difference here. So I have 12.5 feet minus 3 feet 7 inches because the slide is longer than the smaller slide. So I need to subtract these two to get my distance or my length of the small slide. Because if I were adding, it would make the small slide bigger than the longer slide, and that doesn't make much sense in terms of what the question's asking. So I want to try to subtract my inches, but I don't have any here. So I'm going to take that half foot and I'm going to turn it into inches. So if I'm going to inches, I know there's 12 inches in a foot. And there's a reason why my hole is out of 1 foot, but since I'm going to inches, I want to make it 12 inches because they're equivalent. And if I break 12 inches in half or into 2 equal parts, it's 6. So 12 feet 6 inches minus 3 feet 7 inches. So I need to subtract. I got to take 7 from 6. And I know I can't do that. If I have 6 inches, I can't take 7 from it. So I have to actually borrow from the 12 feet. And what I'll do is I'm going to take 1 foot. And I know 1 foot equals 12 inches. So I'm going to move 12 inches, or 1 foot, over to here. So I'm going to add 12. And I'm going to be left with 11 feet, 12 plus 6 is 18 inches. And now I can subtract out. 18 minus 7 is 11 inches. And now I can subtract my feet. Because again, I want to do same units. So I subtracted just the inches because that's one set of units. Now I'll subtract my feet. 11 feet minus 3 feet is 8 feet. So 8 feet 11 inches is the length of the smaller slide. And there's my answer statement right there, off to the side. The smaller slide is 8 feet 11 inches long. Let's take a look at page 2. And on page 2 here, I'll pick one of these problems, and I'm going to go with this top one, just because I'll be able to draw a nice little diagram for this. So the candy shop puts 10 ounces of gummy bears in each box. How many boxes do they need to fill if there are 21.25 pounds of gummy bears? So I see my two units, pounds, ounces. I'm going to change this 21.25 pounds into ounces because it's easier to make a larger unit into a smaller, meaning ounces are a smaller unit of measure than pounds because 1 pound is 16 ounces. It takes more ounces to make a pound. So if I want to go from pounds to ounces, I know that I have to go to 21 pounds because that's my whole number right there. So 1 to 21 is times 21, so I'm going to do 16 times 21. And if you set it up a little differently, which you probably did, because I probably should have put my larger number on top, but still get the same thing. I get 336, and that's for 21 pounds. And now I need to do a quarter. So I'm going to draw a diagram, and I'm looking for 1/4. And I know that I need 1 pound is going to be my whole, but it's in ounces. So 1 pound is 16 ounces. So I'll do 16. And there's 4 boxes, so 16 divided by 4 gets me 4. So what I'll do now is I'm just going to add these. And 336 plus 4 is 340 ounces. So here's where I need to go to my next step, which is the actual problem here. So she puts 10 ounces of gummy bears in each box. So I'm going to draw a tape here, and this is going to look kind of interesting. So this is one box, and it's 10 ounces. I need to keep going to see how many boxes I need. So I can count by tens and draw that number of boxes in. Or what I can do is I can take 340 and divide it by my 10 because they're both in ounces now. And I can see how many tens I can pull out of that. And I'm going to see that I can pull out 34 boxes. So they'll need to fill 34 boxes. Do I really want to go in and draw 34 boxes on my tape diagram? Probably not. But I have a nice tape diagram here showing it. And this is a good tape diagram for it because now I can label in 340 ounces. And I know that there's going to be 34 boxes with it. So that's my whole, I want to figure out that piece. So I'm going to write my answer statement now. And there it is. They need to fill 34 boxes of gummy bears. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and good luck on the rest of your homework.